action here at Eastern Kentucky University as North Alabama just starting their second match of the day against Central Arkansas, their first match of the day. On the near court, we've got number 4, Ryan Gepford, who just served. She goes seam. That's to Kinsey Foley. Foley attacks. It's blocked there by Peen Grooters. And on the option, air by Kinsey Foley. So 2-0, North Alabama. On the far side, 23, Kinsey Foley. Number 2, Madeline White. They're in black. Gepford to serve with the advantage, 2-0. Just starting this first set. Serve to Foley. Foley with the good pass. Now she attacks. She rolls it over the top of Peen for a kill. 2-1. Nice spot there by Foley. Foley to serve. She goes seam, and that is going to be an ace. As just kept trailing a little bit away from Peen Grooters. So 2-2. All right, serving again is Foley. Goes seam again, but this one goes long. 3-2 advantage, North Alabama. Grooters to serve. Peen's first serve, top of the net. So 3-3 as both teams exchange service errors. Serving for the side switch is Madeline White, her first serve of the day. Madeline serves it, hits the top of the net. Peen is there. Now Peen attacks, and she cuts it, but hit that ball as it sails wide. So 4-3 advantage, Central Arkansas. As they do the side switch. Earlier today, North Alabama was victorious in this twos pair. They beat Austin Peay 21-14, 21-12. All right, serving Madeline White with the advantage, 4-3 for Central Arkansas. Floating serve in the middle. Peen plays it, and that's that husband and wife serve as both of the players for North Alabama went for it, and Peen played it, but nobody was in position to get the second hit. So 5-3, Central Arkansas. Serves it again. This time, Gepford takes it out of the seam. Now Gepford attacks. She rolls it off of Foley for a kill. 5-4 advantage, Central Arkansas. Gepford will serve. Gepford floats at seam. Foley plays it. Now Foley attacks. She rolls it. Gepford with the one-hand dig. Gets it over the net. Now on the back set. On the overset there is Peen as she blocks the attempt by Madeline White. So we're tied at 5s. Good defense by Peen. Peen is from the Netherlands. She's a freshman. She didn't play in the earlier matchup against Austin Peay. So this is her first action today. Gepford serving, tied up. Floats this one. Played by Madeline White. White attacks in the middle. She rolls it. It hits the net and goes out. So if it doesn't hit the net, that probably is a winner. But it does hit the net and cause it to bounce higher and out of bounds. So 6-5 advantage, North Alabama. Gepford floats it deep, and it just kept going as it's about a foot out of bounds. So 6-6 service error there for Gepford. Point to Central Arkansas. Kinsey Foley now to serve, tied up. And her serve goes long. That one, from the moment it was hit, looked like it was going long. So 7-6. This service for the side switch. This will be Peen serving.
Son, can I have a couple before you take them over? Did I leave my water bottle?
Peen goes deep. It's played by Foley. Madeline White with the nice bump set. And then on the option knuckle in the corner, it's tied at 7s as Foley finds that corner with the nice jumbo knuckle. Seven. This is the first set. Serving Madeline White for UCA. She's number 2. She floats this one, kind of gets in on Peen a little bit. That's going to be an ace as kind of handcuff Peen a little And Gepford tried to rescue it, but couldn't quite pull it off. So 8-7 advantage. Central Arkansas. White to serve again. She goes toward Peen. Peen with the pass. Gepford with the bump set. Peen's big swing is blocked, and it lands in. 9-7 advantage, Central Arkansas.
Oh, really? Okay, I was like that. Well, I agree.
Serving, White. White goes line, Peen there. She makes a good pass. Now she attacks. Gets it off the block for a kill. So 9-8. She kind of punched at it with an open hand, which is perfectly legal. I'll say shoved it. She shoved it for a kill. 9-8. Gepford serving for North Alabama. Floats it middle. And it goes long. That's 2 missed serves in a row for Gepford. That's unusual. Trying to serve deep. 10-8. Central Arkansas. Deep floating serve by Foley. Peen plays it. Now Peen cuts it to the line for a kill off of Madeline White. So 10-9 with Peen serving. Trailing by 1. Peen serve hits the top of the net. So far, North Alabama has missed like 5 serves, and it's 11-9. Need to do a little better job from the service stripe. Central Arkansas serves. This is Madeline White. Peen with the pass. Gepford with the overhead set. And roll in the corner. Nice shot by Peen to get that point on the much-needed side switch and technical timeout. So if you're new to beach volleyball, they take a technical timeout when the score is when the score adds up to 21. They switch sides every 7. So at that technical timeout, they rest, get some liquids, and get some coaching where they can actually sit. On a normal side switch, which is a multiple of 7, they just walk, and the coach can only coach them as they're walking to the other side. Looking over on the fours pair, North Alabama with an advantage, and that's match 12-9 in the first set. And then the 6 is North Alabama is up 11-5 in that one in the first set. Got to win 2 sets to get the match as a pair, and then as a team, you've got to win 3 matches out of the 5. The 6th team that plays, that's an exhibition, does not count toward wins or losses for the team. All right, we see North Alabama climb back onto the court. Gepford with the volleyball behind the service line, so she'll do the honors. All right, here she goes. Floats this one to Foley. Foley's outside, and she punches it, and it lands on the line. Open hand punch. 12-10 is our score. Foley will serve for Central Arkansas. Serves it to Peen. Gepford with that hand set. And they're going to call Gepford with a double on the set. So point for Central Arkansas. 13-10. Foley serves it short. Peen to serve. Peen serves middle, played by Foley. Foley's at the net. And she gets it over the block of Peen. So a score there, 14-11, favor of Central Arkansas. Serving long is Madeline White. Gepford plays it. Now Gepford attacks, rolls it around the block, gets the kill. 14-12. Advantage, Central Arkansas. Serving Gepford. Gepford floats this one to White. White's going to attack out toward the pin. She knuckles it, but right to Gepford. Gepford's going to attack by the pin, and she knuckles it over the block. And I tell you what, that was just kind of impressive because you could see Foley almost couldn't even see Gepford, and then all of a sudden I see this arm shoot up, and it just outreached Foley, and she just touched it with the knuckle right over. 14-13, serving for the side switch is Gepford. Tough serve, that's an ace. That was a clear cross-court serve, and that was tough. Madeline White did everything she could just to touch it. So tied up at 14s on the side switch. Now Gepford will still be serving. Ryan hails from the metropolis of Butler, Missouri, the beach hotspot as she goes center cut. And on the option there, nice play by Kenzie Foley, as it looked like Madeline White was going to attack on that third attempt, but Foley says, nah, I'm going to do the option. 15-14. Foley with the point and the advantage and the serve. Foley serve hits the top of the net, but Peen gets it. Now Peen attacks. Big swing. It's a kill off of Madeline White. So 15s with Peen to serve.
Let's go, Bean. Let's go, Bean.
Peen goes toward the line. White plays it. Now on the option, Gepford with the one-hand dig. Now Gepford's going to hit out of the middle. She goes center. Nice dig by Foley. Foley will attack. The blind attack. Great job by Peen to dive and get it. Now Peen punches it in the corner for the kill. Nice defense displayed by both teams right there. And then Peen with a great finish. That punch slap is what maybe I'll call it that she does right there. Was the perfect example. 16-15 North Alabama. Serving is Peen. Goes toward White. White's going to attack toward the outside. She rolls it. Gepford's there. Peen with the hand set. Gepford cuts it, but right there is Madeline White. Now White with the attack. She punches it. Gepford on the dig. Gepford attacks. She kills it off of the net, but gets the roll and the kill. Good thing that was an aggressive swing that allowed that ball to get over. 17-15 North Alabama. Serving is Peen. Peen's flat serve, played by White. And on the option, Gepford's there on the dig. Peen hustles, gets it. Now Gepford has to take it over. She goes middle. Great one-arm dig by Foley. Now Gepford on the free ball. Gepford attacks at the pin. And she rolls it, played by White. And then Peen with the open net misses it. She had an opportunity to score and got a little anxious on the open net, hit it wide. 17-16 advantage. North Alabama. Serving is White. Goes toward Peen. Peen with a nice pass. Now Peen's going to attack. She rolls it line. White's there. Now White's going to attack. She rolls it. Gepford's there. Now Gepford's going to attack with the free net. And it's going to be a kill. Big, strong kill there. Good touch there by Foley and White, but too much power by Gepford. 18-16. Serving will be Gepford for the side switch. Gepford floats this one to White. And on the roll is Foley, and she rolls it on the option. It hits the back line. Gepford thought it was going to be long, but it does not. It tags that back line. So on the side switch, it's 18-17. Advantage North Alabama. Serving will be Central Arkansas. Foley will serve for the Lady Bears. Flat serve hits the net, but Peen reaches out and takes it. Now Peen, partially blocked, gets the kill off of the block. So 19-17, kill for Peen. Good swing there. Serving is Peen with a 19-17 advantage. All right, scorekeeper had the score wrong. Got it fixed. 19-17, Peen to serve. Floats this one to White. White has to attack. She punches it, but Peen's there on the dig. Peen will attack toward the net. And it goes long as she tried to go middle, just a little too long. So 19-18, serving is White. White floats it, and Gepford plays it out of the middle. Peen with the back. Now Gepford goes right at Foley with a good overhead dig. Now Foley attacks, and she kills it in the corner as she falls down. Nice job by Foley to hit that hard and in the corner. 19s, serving is White. Floating serve, Gepford plays it out of the middle. She's going to attack on the C set. Now Gepford swings, but it's dug by White. And then on the option, good idea by Foley, because there was an open side of the court, but she tries to knuckle it. She knuckles it just short in the net. So 2019 advantage, North Alabama. Central Arkansas takes a timeout. Serving will be North Alabama coming out of this timeout. So that, unfortunately for Central Arkansas, was an unforced error. They had an opportunity there to tie that game up, actually take the lead with an easy knuckle. Just Foley knuckled it too easy. Earlier today, North Alabama, the twos pair was victorious. That was Gepford and Greiner. Grooters did not play in the first round. They beat Austin P, like I said, in 21-14, 21-12. And this one is a close one. It's 2019. This is first set. North Alabama versus Central Arkansas. Central Arkansas coming out of the timeout that they called, needing to score to extend this match. Gepford will serve. Floats it deep center, played by Foley. Foley now attacks. Left hand, center. Nice play by Foley. That ball was set a little farther than she wanted, so she had to reach out with the left and hit it right down the center to tie it. 20s. Serving, Foley. Foley serves it deep. Peen plays it. Now Peen attacks. And Peen's shot hits the top of the net and rolls over. Rolled by one rotation. So nice job by Peen. That was a tough hit because it came from behind her, that pass. Nothing Central Arkansas could do with that one. All right, Peen serves. Floating serve. Madeline White with the nice pass. Now White plays. And it's blocked by Peen as she tried to go line. So 22-20, first set victory for North Alabama over Central Arkansas in a tough contest, 22-20. So we're getting ready to go to set number 2 here in just a moment. North Alabama took that first one. And the fours pair, North Alabama victorious in the first one. They are getting ready to start their second one as well. And the six pair look like North Alabama victorious there as well. And they are starting as well in the second set.
ever than I have now. Because I feel like my phone is rocking my brain.
All right, lock in.
Turned out to be a really nice day here in Richmond, Kentucky. We're at the campus of Eastern Kentucky University, EKU. We are playing the ASA North teams in this two-day event. Earlier today and all day yesterday, rain, and more rain, and more rain. But the sun came out about 2 o'clock, and it's been nice ever since. So hopefully some of that rain's getting out of its system, because it's turned into a really nice day to play beach volleyball and a really nice day to watch beach volleyball. In the earlier matchup against Austin Peay, North Alabama was victorious 4-1. The ones, the twos, the threes, and the fives were all victorious. 1, 2, 4, and 5 were victorious. Threes lost in a tough 3-set match to Austin Peay. All right, getting ready to start this second set. North Alabama is out on the court, awaiting Central Arkansas and the official. All right, Gepford, number 4, will be serving for North Alabama. Number 11, Peen Grooters at the net. 23, Kenzie Foley, and 2, Madeline White for Central Arkansas. Here we go. Start of set 2. Gepford floats it deep. White plays it. Now White attacks middle, and she rolls it. Peen with the overhead dig. Nice dig. Now Peen attacks. She rolls it short for the kill. That was a nice roll. Once again, when you get a pass from behind you to try to attack, that's really difficult. And her last 2, she's been able to accomplish and score points. 1-0, North Alabama. North Alabama floats this one to White. And on the option is Foley, but Gepford was ready that time. Now Gepford attacks at the pin, and she goes cross for the kill. 2-0. So they saw Foley do that a couple times in the last set, and that time Gepford was ready for that and played it and made an easy score. So 2-0. Two points? 2? Gepford will serve. Floats this one deep corner. White plays it. Now she's going to attack. She does, but right there's Peen with the overhead dig. Now Peen goes line. It's blocked. Nice block by Foley. As if that gets over her, that's got to score. But great job by Foley to reach up and reject. So 2-1. North Alabama serving Madeline White. Tough serve by White. Gepford gets there. Peen has to just get it alive, and then Gepford with the dive gets it over. Peen with another dive on the dig. Now Peen attacks. And it's going to be a kill off of Foley. So tremendous work there on the defensive end by Peen just to keep the ball up to where Gepford could get it to where she could attack. 3-1 advantage. North Alabama serving as Peen. Peen goes middle. Foley with it. Now Foley attacks out of the middle. She left-hands it, but Gepford's there on the dig. Now Gepford's going to attack. She rolls center, and it's going to be a kill. Put that in the perfect spot as both Foley and White dove for it. Foley touched it, got it up, but when both ladies are on the sand, it's really hard to get up and play. So that's a kill for Gepford, 4-1. Peen to serve. And into the top of the net for service error. Serving is Foley, trailing 4-2. This is for the side switch. Foley's flat serve, played. Now Gepford on the option, dug by Foley. Foley attacks. She rolls line, Gepford off the block and gets it over as Peen. Now Foley with a great dive to keep it alive, then a high sky ball to Peen. Peen on the attack now. And she cuts it line. That was great work there. honestly, by both teams, but handled well by North Alabama. I love the sky ball by Madeline White. Once it gets up in that wind and in the sun, you don't know what's going to happen. Earlier today, nobody was wearing sunglasses because even though it quit raining, it was cloudy. But now the sun has appeared. Gepford serving. Advantage 5-2, North Alabama. Gepford floats this one to White. White's going to attack. And she knuckles around the block. Nice play by Madeline White. 5-3 advantage. North Alabama. The Bears from Central Arkansas will be serving. That's Madeline White. White served to Peen. Peen's attacking middle. And it's partially blocked, but gets the kill. Tried to go over Foley, and Foley with the partial block, but kill for Peen. 6-3. Peen to serve. Peen served to White. And on the option knuckle, Gepford gets there on the dive. Peen with the one hand gets it over, and then Gepford just has to send it over to Foley. Now Foley's going to attack. She punches it, and it's out. So tremendous defense once again by North Alabama, just keeping it alive. 7-3 North Alabama. Serving is Peen. Flat floating serve played by Foley. Foley in the middle. And she rolls it. Gepford's there on the dig. Now Gepford attacks. She rolls it short, but Foley's there. And then Foley on the option decides to go long. Try to catch him off guard. Did not work. Sent it too long. So 8-3. Unforced error by Central Arkansas. So they take a timeout. 8-3. As they switch sides to get to their respective chairs. In other sports, they're called benches. They're chairs here out on the beach. Really have to admit I like Eastern Kentucky's setup here. The way they've got their courts nestled in beside the baseball, the football, the basketball gymnasium, and a parking lot, and some of the educational buildings. Just right in the middle of everything. It's really nice. Tomorrow, early morning start for North Alabama as they will play the host school, Eastern Kentucky. Play them bright and early tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. And then they finish off the day with Austin Peay again for the second time later on tomorrow. I believe that's a noon matchup. And when I say 8 a.m., that's 8 a.m. Eastern. We are in the Eastern time zone. So if you want to get up early, watch at 7. We should be live. Oh. 8-3 advantage. North Alabama. Serving is Grooters.
Nice, Marty.
Grooters floats one. White plays it. Now White's going to attack. Close to the net. She jumbos it over the top of everybody for a kill. Nice job by Madeline White. Just put that jumbo and got it over everybody, but inside the boundary for a kill. 8-4. Serving is Foley. Foley floats this one. Peen with the pass. Now Peen's going to attack. She cuts it and it goes wide. So 8-5 advantage, North Alabama. But a couple points scored in a row by Central Arkansas. This is for the side switch. Serving is Foley. Serving, Peen plays it. Gepford thought about the option, but decides against it, and it scores as Peen attacks, partially blocked by Foley. Foley went up with one hand, and if she'd went up with two, she probably would have got it, but she went up with one, and it ricocheted off that one. So point kill to North Alabama, 9-5, their advantage. Gepford will serve for the Lions. Gepford tries to go cross court and short. It went cross, but went too short. So service error and point to Central Arkansas. 9-6. Central Arkansas with their serve. Madeline White serves it middle. Peen's there with that nice pass. Now Peen goes deep. And on the one over by Madeline White, she takes it and punches it with both hands over the net and gets a kill off Gepford. So 9-7. White to serve. Serves it. Gepford plays this one. Now Gepford's in the middle. And she swings hard and gets a kill off of Foley. 10-7. Advantage North Alabama. Serving is Grooters. Serve toward the middle. Foley with that. Now Foley knuckles it over, and Peen went to play it. And I think she took her eye off of it because it was an easy pass and almost whiffed on the pass. So it's a kill. 10-8. Foley will serve. Foley goes line, and it's out. Oh, they called it in. I thought it was out. 10-9, excuse me. Nice ace serve by Foley. Foley goes short line this time. This one's out, so 11-9. Serving, Gepford. This is for the side switch and technical timeout. Gepford floats this one. Foley plays it. Now she's going to attack on the C set. She rolls it, but she rolls it outside the boundary. So that is a attack error. 12-9 advantage. North Alabama on the technical timeout and side switch. Looking over on the fours. Central Arkansas up in that one 16-14 in the second set. North Alabama did win the first one. So Central Arkansas trying to force a third set. And the six pairs. North Alabama up in that one 15-9. They did win the first one as well. So trying to finish it out in the sixes in the exhibition. Nice, 12-9 advantage here. This is twos pair, Gepford and Gepford and Grooters. A lot of G's floating around. Gepford played with Griner earlier today. Now she's playing with Grooters. In the twos. North Alabama did win the first one, 22-20. And they're up in this one, 12-9. And we are in the second set. Gepford will serve for North Alabama. Gepford floats deep to Foley. Foley's going to attack middle, and she gets it over the block, rolls it in the corner for a kill. So 12-10. Got it over Peen. 12-10 advantage North Alabama. Serving, however, Central Arkansas. White with the floating serve. Peen with a nice pass. Now Peen attacks. Goes off of an overhead dig there for Foley. Peen with a great job just to play that as she tried to block it. Now Foley swings again. This one in the net. 13-10. Once again, sometimes you just keep the ball alive. The other team will mess up, and that's what happened there. So Peen did a good job just to keep it alive. 13-10. Peen to serve with the lead. Tough serve there. Madeline White with the dive. Gets it up. Now White with the attack. Peen has to play it off of the net. Gepford sends it over into no man's land. Once again, as I said, sometimes you just keep it alive and the other team messes up. Peen with the dive to keep it alive, and Gepford just sent it over just to keep the play alive. And then some miscommunication there. 14-10, advantage, North Alabama. Grooters to serve. Tough serve, but it goes long. 14-11, serving. Foley, Kinsey Foley, number 23 for Central Arkansas. She goes line, it goes out. 15-11, North Alabama. Gepford will serve for the Lions. Gepford floats one short. Madeline White there. Now White with the attack. And partially blocked. Gepford has to dive to keep it alive, and then Peen couldn't quite reach it on the spin around. Partially blocked. A great dig to keep the ball alive, but Peen couldn't quite twirl around and grab it. So 15-12, serving is White. Floating serve, Peen there. Gepford couldn't get there on the pass. So 15-13 on the side switch. North Alabama with the advantage. Serving will be Madeline White and Central Arkansas. White floats it middle. Peen plays it. Now Peen will attack. She cuts it. Great job by White to play and keep it alive. And her attack hits the antenna. So out of bounds, 16-13 advantage. Lions, I tell you, that was a great up by Madeline White. Grooters to serve for North Alabama. Tough serve there. White plays it. Now she's going to have to attack from the corner. And she goes long, and it stays too long. She tried to hit the corner, but it just kept going. So 17-13 advantage. North Alabama. Grooters to serve. That was all set up by a tough serve, getting the Central Arkansas a little bit out of system. This serve handled much easier by Central Arkansas, and that was the option shot that Kinsey Foley's used 3 or 4 times and scored on that one as it hit the line. Nice job by her. 17-14, serving is Foley. Foley breaks out the jump serve for the first time today, or at least in this match, and hits that in the middle of the net, so 18-14. Gepford serving with the advantage for North Alabama. Gepford floats it. White plays it. Now White's attacking. Big swing, and Gepford couldn't quite handle it, so kill Madeline White. 18-15, North Alabama. White to serve. White serves it to Peen. Gepford with the bump set. And a big block by Kinsey Foley as she blocks it, and it lands on the line. So 18-16. Nice defense there by Foley from Central Arkansas. Madeline White will serve. Floats it to Peen. Peen's attacking middle this time. She rolls it, but right there's White. Now White's going to attack. White's big swing, Gepford with the dig. Now Gepford's attacking out by the pin. Her big swing. And self-defense, preservation, whatever you want to call it. But Foley plays it, and it just ricochets off her over the net for a kill. 18-17, so nice comeback there. It was 18-14. North Alabama has allowed 3 points in a row. And I don't know if allowed is the right word. Earned Central Arkansas. They trail by 1. White serving. Serving is White. Floats it to Peen. Peen's going to attack now. She rolls it line and gets it. Nice spot by Peen right down that line. Much needed. 19-17 advantage North Alabama. Peen to serve.
Let's go. Side up, Bears.
Peen's floating serve played by White. Now White's going to attack. Off of Peen, and that's unfortunate. We have to do a replay. Always unfortunate when play stopped because of a replay. Ball gets on the court, but that's just the way it happens. All right, it's 19-17. Peen serving again. Floating serve. White plays it. Now she's going to attack. And she rolls it seam. And she gets the kill at 19-18. Nice spot by Madeline. All right, serving is Foley. Kinsey to do the honors, trailing by 1. Floating serve, Gepford in the middle. Now Gepford on the C set. Gepford goes line and gets it in the back corner, 20-18. Nice back set by Peen on the C set. Gepford serving, 20-18. Floating middle, Foley with it. Now Foley on the C set. Foley rolls it, Gepford on the dive, on the dig. Now Gepford comes, attacks. She knuckles it short, but right there is Foley with the 1-over. Foley saw it on the dig and just pushed it over the net for the kill. So 20-19, Central Arkansas serving. Trying to tie it up. White serves, floating right to Peen. Gepford plays it out of the net, but it's going to be an ace. So it looks like we're going extras now. 20-20. Timeout on the court by North Alabama, all tied up at 20s. Central Arkansas trying to squeak out a 2-point victory to send this one into a third set, while North Alabama trying to grab 2 to end it. It's really warmed up out here, which is great weather for beach volleyball compared to earlier today. It's closing in on about 80 degrees now. Not much wind right now. This morning I didn't know how beach volleyball was going to look as it was pouring and raining and did so all day yesterday, but they're calling for more tomorrow, but it looks like we're going to get these in today with no problem. Reminder, if you like what you're watching, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so we can bring you more beach volleyball. That way you'll be notified when we have live streams. All right, here we go, tied at 20s. White to serve for Central Arkansas. Floats it middle, Peen's there. Now Peen with the attack, and she kills it. Got that right between the arms of Foley. Good, strong swing. Got right through. So 21-20. Peen serving. Tough serve, hits the net, and it's an ace. That's the victory that North Alabama was looking for. So they won both sets 22-20. It took them extra in both, but they won both 22-20. So that's a victory for the twos pair. The fours pair for Central Arkansas also fell, so North Alabama is up 2-0. The ones, threes, and fives getting ready to play. So I want to thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel while you're here. That way you can see tomorrow's action. And tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern time against the host school, Eastern Kentucky. And then later on, around noon, be able to watch North Alabama and Austin Peay. So I want to thank you for watching. I wish you a good night, and God bless.
20 and 22-20.